thanks for stopping by. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thanks for subscribing. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. It's your girl Valerie again. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 14. Oh my God. It's 9 days till decision day. Oh God. Ah, so this was an interesting episode because the couples had got to go on a couples retreat, and anyone who's watched Married at First Sight knows the couples retreat are always a mess. And yes, there was a bit of commotion, but the interesting thing was this time it was only one couple, and so everybody else was able to enjoy themselves and it wasn't as toxic as it's been in the past. I remember Brendan and storming off and Michael wanting to leave and Katie and whoever else fighting. And so it was nice to just have a couples retreat where people are just enjoying being together and are trying to help the couple that are struggling. And also we got to see the couples receive awards because Miguel arranged a prom for Lindy because she's never been to a prom. And it was really nice for everybody else to participate because it made the experience better for Linda, even though there was commotion with her and Miguel. I'll discuss that in a second. And they got awards, which was messy as hell. Oh my God. So and Mitch got likely to save the planet. Lindy got most dramatic. Uh, Stasia got the one with the purest heart. Hmm. And Nate, I think, was the smartest or something like that. And Justin got for most emotional. Everybody who's watched it knows he's very emotional. And his wife got biggest gossip. And I liked the commentary from Stasia and Nate when she got her biggest gossip because they said she's responsible for Ben and Morgan getting divorced. Because had she kept her mouth shut or had she told her husband to go back and speak to Ben, Ben and Morgan would not have divorced. It's really sad that I wonder how she feels when she sees that. But anyway, we'll hear about that at the reunion, most likely. And then Kirsten voted for herself as most likely to get divorced several times. And I think Mitch was very hurt by that because I think, in his opinion, he thinks they're working and he thinks it seemed to imply that he thought they would last past decision day because he really felt some type of way. And I have to give him credit because he was very restrained. He didn't say anything, although you could tell he was hurt. Anyway, I'll discuss the couples and we'll see how we go. The couple that struggled this week actually shocked me because I didn't expect Miguel and Lindy to be struggling. I thought they'd managed to sort of find a happy medium for themselves, but it seems I don't think. I think something happened. A big chunk is missing. I think something happened before they left to go for the couples retreat that caused Miguel to have the attitude that he had. And so whatever Linda did, Miguel was going to be triggered. I think it's either something happened around the planning of the prom with the production team, or his family had a word with him about something, or he and Lindy actually fell out before they left for the prom. And so whatever else happened was as a result of him already being upset about what's happened because their first fight didn't make sense. Lindy asked him to take a picture. He said he was upset because he was trying to relax. He was lying on the bed and he's like, bro, you didn't drive. All the wives drove. All the husbands did was sit in the passenger seat. So you didn't drive. What are you relaxing from? So they fell out about that and he felt and I have to say, Lindy, on her part, her tone wasn't the best when she's yes, she was irritated that he was making a big deal about it, but I think she could have addressed it differently. And because he already was upset with her, whatever Lindy said, he was going to take offense with it. And then I thought it was over. And then they went to the prom and they still went on about it. And I have to give credit to everybody else because they all minded their own business and sort of stayed out of it. Nobody asked them what's going on or how can we help or how can we fix it. Everybody just stayed in their corners and pretended not to say it. And they gave them prom queen, king and queen. And Miguel acknowledged that he has a tendency to self-destruct, and I don't know whether it's the pressure of decision day coming up that's making him overanalyze everything that's going on with his wife and making him question whether they will succeed as a couple or whether I don't know. I think it's either as I said, something happened with production, something happened with his family and friends, something happened with his wife, or it's the pressure of decision day coming up. But he did sort of acknowledge that he knows he's wrong and he knows where he is wrong. So it was then surprising that when they went, At this point, Miguel should understand that Linda is she lacks social cues and she lacks the ability to sort of stay focused, and she knows it and she acknowledges it. Because for him to be upset that I'm telling you about this rap that I wrote and you're not paying attention, it's just like, it's not that deep, bro. It's really not that deep. There's no need for you to be this upset. Just explain how you feel, and she will listen. And because as much as Lindy throws tantrums, the one thing about her is she will listen. Whether she's right or wrong, she will listen. And I think they need couples counseling more than anyone else on the show at the moment. I think they need couples counseling because they need someone to help them, not only to help Lindy sort of um, with the areas that she lacks because of how she grew up. But I think they somebody needs to help them sort of make the transition into sort of a married couple, and sort of how do they communicate with each other? How do they sort of make sure that whatever they're saying doesn't hurt the other person? Because nothing Linda said could have been right with him. And then when they came back from their date, and Linda sort of wanted a video, and she asked one of the producers, then Miguel got upset that why didn't you ask me? I was here, you could have asked me. I didn't say don't ask me, I just meant to read the situation and just like make it make sense. Either you want to be asked or you don't. Don't be upset after you've thrown a tantrum that she's asking somebody else because she doesn't know how to read you. So I have to say that whatever happened before they came to the retreat is what's sort of been on Miguel's mind that has resulted in the whole fight. And Lindy has to take part ownership of her part and the way she sort of addresses or deals with situations. And Miguel has to learn to sort of be able to sort of communicate with his wife and understand who she is and accept her for and decide whether he's going to accept her or not for how she presents herself. And then uh, I like Stacy and Nate. Stacy and Nate, so that Lindy and Miguel were struggling, and they, the friends you need, they brought their this sex swing and sort of tried to make light of the situation, and that sort of distracted from whatever was going on with Lindy and Miguel for a bit because they were now focused on the sex swing and how they could use it and blah blah. So I have to give Stacy and Nate credit for being, the friends that you need that will come and not make the situation worse, but actually lighten the situation and lighten the mood. From there we go to Justin and Alexis. Justin and Alexis. Well, apparently they finally had sex, so one would think that things are better. They think things are better, but when Alexis was asked by the girls about how she felt, after the sex had gone, and she sort of and and Stacey was telling Nate, oh, they had sex, but I don't think Alexis was impressed, and she said she's a pleaser, so as long as he's happy, she's happy. And it's like, okay. And she didn't. I think Justin is going to feel some type of way because she didn't comment when she was asked how did it go. She just kept quiet. I think she did say it was awkward, but that's as far as she sort of went because she said your first time is always awkward because you're still getting to know one another. Blah. But then at the same time, when she was getting dressed for the prom, I remember her saying to Justin, "Oh, you're struggling to do my shoes. You also struggled with my bra. Do you never have you never done this for anyone?" And it's like, maybe that's something you don't want to say on camera. Maybe that's something you should have waited until the production crew had gone and you were in your bedroom and had that conversation in private. So I think Alexis and Justin are a train wreck. They went on their date and they were talking about wine and how they would open it on their 1 year anniversary. And it's like, if things keep going the way they're going, I don't think you'll reach even 6 months. I think you need to put in a lot of work and not have this idealistic view of marriage. And this is my problem with them that they tend to focus on everybody else's problems instead of focusing on what's happening with them. Because I remember when they were sitting down at the dinner, Alexis was asking Mitch about, are you attracted to your wife? And it's like, that's not the thing for you to be asking. You're already in trouble with the Morgan and Ben situation. Maybe focus on you and Justin for a bit and then move forward from there. They otherwise seemed drama free, which was surprising. I don't know. Anyway, and then Mitch and Kristen, Mitch and Kristen for me, they were a proper revelation. I think I see a lot of growth in Mitch. I know other people might not agree because even when before they left for the trip, he wanted to have a conversation, and Kristen said no, we'll have a conversation in the car when we leave. And in the car, they had this conversation, and was able to express himself without offending his wife. So he was able to express that, he felt hurt by the fact that at the pool he felt blindsided, and she acknowledged it, that maybe she should have had a conversation with him before she reacted the way she reacted at the pool. But I think that situation was good for them, because you can tell that he's putting a lot more thought into whatever he's saying. You can tell Mitch is putting a lot more thought into whatever he's doing, because even when they were at the prom and they were saying, and his wife said, I see I'm most likely to get many divorces. Mitch before would have just snapped at her and I said, what do you mean by that? But he actually did say on camera that he felt some type of way, but kept quiet about it. When they went on their date, he seemed to enjoy his date with his wife. When they were playing the team sports, he wasn't any good, but he tried his best. And even when they were in the kitchen, sort of having a conversation as the wives when they came back, because Lindsay and Miguel didn't join everyone at the supper. He seemed very receptive and was willing to acknowledge, and was saying nice things about his wife, such that even Stasia was taken aback, and she was, "Oh, Mitch," because I don't think this is a side of him that they've seen when his wife Kristen tried to mimic him wearing his hat and stuff. He made light of it and actually joked and laughed, and it's complete day and night from which where Mitch season 15 episode 1 was, where he was throwing a tantrum on his honeymoon and he wouldn't go with other couples and stuff, to him being there and acknowledging, I enjoy this, I like this is the side of Kristen that I like. And it's like, wow, he can actually be a great person. So I do have hope for them. I think it's just a matter of time and work. And then Stacia Knight, oh my god, it's surprising, but they're the most stable couple. Seeing where they started, with Nate and the stripper, as I always say, and to see where they are today. I like the fact that they're not afraid to express that they're sexually attracted to one another, and they're not afraid to explore their sex life. But I don't know how they'll feel, after it's aired on TV. Pastor Carl did sort of try to warn them, but they don't seem to care. They brought their sex swing. They brought Stasia brought, vibrating panties, and said she wanted to take them with her to the resort. And it they looked amazing at the prom. Um, and I think they found a way to communicate with each other and to understand each other. And I think if there's any couple that's going to be successful, if they keep going the way they are, unless production screws up with them, I can foresee them going the full distance. So I really have high hopes for them, and I like. I like the fact that they were very good friends to Miguel and Lindy and tried to support them during their difficult time. And then Nate did that on purpose. He kept buzzing his wife. He kept buzzing his wife until she couldn't, until everybody knew that something was not right. And Kristen loved it. She said she was she was power for the cause, and she really liked the fact that they were doing that. And then Kristen Stacey had to run off because I think she was overwhelmed by the excitement and everything else. I think Stacey and Nate are in a happy place at the moment, and I think therapy is really helping them. I think therapy is really helping them. And I think if they can continue to go to therapy and they can continue to put in the work, I can see them being as successful as most of the other couples on the show have been, the ones that have stayed married. So I have high hopes for them. I think if there's anyone who's going to stay married this season, Linda and Miguel, if they can get over whatever's going on this week, and Stasia and Nate, I can foresee them staying married. The other two, it's 50-50. It depends on what they really want in marriage and how much work they're willing to put in. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.